Hey guys, this is LG Shaft. With me is MassMurder. He's the sociopath to my left. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing okay. We just saw the craziest game ever. That was number 10. Guys, go check it out. You will not be disappointed, especially if you like crazy PVZs. But speaking of PVZ, we've got a ZVC, ZVZ, sorry.
Oh my god.
And it is going to be epic. We are gonna let MassMurder do the introduction. So let's get this game started in three, two, one, go. My camera is on the red Zerg in the bottom left. So whenever you are ready.
In the bottom left, we have Millennium's own Lelouch, and then in the top right, we have TSL's HyuN.
So what do you know about Lalush and HyuN?
Uh, Lelouch. Dude, I can't say his name.
Well, you say
Lelouch, I guess.
you say yours, and I've always heard it Lalush, so that's what I'll say. If you
I
think
always say Lelouch. I don't know why.
okay, well it's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna make fun of you too much.
All right.
Okay.
Very aggressive player. I've seen him on streams a lot, going against like Idra and stuff. I think he's very aggressive. And then HyuN is very good at scouting, and can see certain things at certain times, and he can react to it very good.
Alrighty, both players are going for the fast hatch builds, and that's pretty typical for this map. It is a really big map, but the thing about this map is it is such a big map. So if someone just theoretically goes 8 pool, well, you went 15 hatch, game over.
Actually, when I was casting at the LAN tournament, this guy only did 8 pulls, and he always beat Hatch first.
Yeah, it will
Always.
always beat hatch first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like even on this map, because I don't. You said that
No, no,
Hatch
no.
first.
This map versus hatch first, you're dead on 8 pool. And you see a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
players do this on really. You see a lot of players 8 pool or 7 pool or 9 pool on really big maps because people are so inclined to fast hatch. If I was
Yeah.
unclear in any way, that's what I intended. In any case, we do see both players with a gas now. We have Lalush getting his pull a little bit earlier, so I am actually expecting him to be getting a relatively early metabolic boost. But, I mean, I don't know. Well, HyuN's got the more gas. Both players now have their pools finished, so it looks like HyuN will get the offensive here. Because ZVZ in the early game really comes down to who has map presence with lings, and speedlings versus slowlings will always be the victory for speedlings. In fact, both players are going to get their lings at ling speed at the same time. They're about 20 seconds apart, but that won't make a difference. There's more than 20 seconds of run time between the two bases.
Yeah. HyuN's a little bit ahead with the gas count, finally getting his Baneling's nest. So he's gonna play defensive, I think, with these Banelings.
Yeah, he's only just now putting his third guy back on gas. So by going the 2 gas build, he was only committing to relatively safe defensive banelings. Not too greedy. He could have put 1 guy on gas, but he would have been vulnerable to more all-in-ish baneling timings. Now he's just completely safe. He's actually getting his baneling nest just 7 seconds behind his opponent.
I think HyuN could be doing better with his Overlord spread, because down at Lelouch's natural, he has 2 just sitting out there where he could like have that one more nearest to Lelouch's base, like near maybe like his third or like behind his natural or something, to
Well,
see how many drones.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I completely agree with you, actually.
And now speed finally finishes for HyuN.
Alright, so now
Speed.
both players have map presence. In fact, Lelouch is 10 harvesters ahead. Now you've got me saying, screw you. Lelouch making 20 harvesters to combat his opponent's 10. Now Lelouch did have the harvester advantage earlier, so the fact that he made his army behind his opponent, definitely going to work to his advantage.
8 Banelings coming out from Lelouch, 2 for only HyuN, so Oh, and two of them died. Another two. So good trade.
Yes, sir. I'm at 702 now. Banelings dying to banelings. Explosions going off everywhere.
Boom. Okay.
Sweetness. 715. And Ling's still retreating back into the natural of HyuN. All four gases are being taken now for HyuN, Lelouch, leaving one open. So we're not going to be seeing Mutalisk play from him more than likely. Yet HyuN definitely going with that. Didn't HyuN play... Who were the last two players we saw?
He played against White Raw. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Who did he play, dude?
Did,
was it White Raw? Yeah,
he
played White Raw.
He played... Okay, he was the ZVP. Who were the ZVZ guys we just watched?
It was Bly and excuse me.
Okay, that's right. Okay. I knew we had just seen Muta versus Muta. Okay, so now we've got the Roach Warren plus an Evolution Chamber for Lelouch. Basically, what this means is he's only going to go down the ranged attack path, and probably go for some Infestors or some Hydras relatively quickly. He doesn't need the gas too early to do that.
HyuN's really at a supply disadvantage. Oh, it's because Lelouch made roaches.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like wondering.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a lot of Baneling micro, even though one player is transitioning to roaches. The roaches aren't really on the field. Too many roaches aren't on the field just yet. Only 16 supply worth of roaches, so Banelings are still the terror. But Banelings going into an empty hatchery, not a big deal. Lings on the field now for HyuN, and they could hurt these roaches, but they're not going to kill them. So the entire force of HyuN going right on back home, going to defend this third that Lelouch just became aware of. Both players now sitting on a third, and, well, that's going to set the game to a more defensive position for, I'd say a good 6-7 minutes. There might be a little light harassment here or there, but these guys are going to mostly go into macro mode. Lelouch, 12 harvesters ahead at the current moment.
I'm pretty sure Lelouch is going to go with the timing attack here because he's not even getting infestation parry or anything, and he's getting burrow, and then also roach speed, and he's also going and attacking the third, the rocks.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And HyuN, amazing fungals.
See, Lelouch has a ticking clock over his head. The fact of the matter is his opponent's getting both sets of upgrades, and he's only getting one. So he is going Infestor, yes. But in the far late game, his opponent's going to win. Period. And he has to know this, so he is going to be the aggressor, and there's no other option for him. He's doing this Roach, Ling, Hydra stuff. This is going to be very powerful. He's using this Roach Ling attack right now to transition into the Hydras while getting his third up. I said Hydra. I'm so sorry. Thank you. In any case, these debris, half HP. There's a pretty good fungal there. Roaches. Oh my god. Okay, this is not looking good for Lelouch. Going for this pure roach style. He was eventually going to go for the Infestors, but his opponent has beat him to it. I accidentally said Hydras, but you know what? That's what he needs to make right now. Roach Hydra beats Roach Infestor every time. Ooh, more reinforcement roaches coming in for Lelouch. That is going to clean up most of HyuN's roaches. These infested Terran eventually going to die of time. So Lelouch ignoring those and going ahead targeting down Infestors. 1302.
Holy shit.
I'll go ahead and get it paused at 1310.
No. I'm way ahead of you, sir.
Oh, that's fine. Well, you need to come back.
I am.
Because I'm streaming,
you
always have to sync to me. Well, no, pause it at 1310 and we'll do a countdown.
Yeah, I'm at 1310.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool deal. Debris again being targeted by Lelouch. He is pressing this advantage, even though it's kind of been fluctuating. He almost lost that battle. came back with reinforcements, almost lost it again, came back with reinforcements, and now he's attacking back into it. He doesn't really have a follow-up to this. Even though he's 3 harvesters ahead, he's been ahead all game. He's not taking a 4th, and he's not transitioning out of this in any way. His opponent has a great defensive advantage right here. The Infestor going to play a huge role as soon as it gets 30 more energy. Never mind. This next Infestor going to play a huge role, but running the opposite way, and still Lelouch is going to run away just by the mere presence of that Infestor.
Yeah. Now, these roaches and lynx in the natural are cleaning up a lot of drones. Now 63 to 40 Lelouch in the favor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roaches. See, the problem here for HyuN is that he can't get a decent concave. The Lelouch has the natural concave, but HyuN does have a lot more roaches, even though that was not very cost efficient. Lelouch is really known for aggression. You've said it so many times already. And he's eking out, the best little aspects of his aggression by positioning his units in exactly the right spot. HyuN, of course, defending these, but losing a lot more resources in doing so. At 1545 now, we are seeing Lelouch move right on into the spine crawler setup, which is really awesome, by the way, using these overlords to throw down creep and get your spine crawler set up so that if there is any attacks, you can hold yourself back a little bit. It's pretty cool stuff. Lelouch now finishing this 4th base, so this aggression now finally serving a purpose, and he's going to attack right on in with those roaches yet again. Missed the fungal growth. That was not very good there for HyuN, who is now 40 some supply behind. Small.
Yeah, I think HyuN needs to make like a play.
Yeah.
Because now he's really far behind in the food supply, and also he doesn't have a 4th base compared to Lelouch. And then he lost a lot of drones to just Lelouch's natural aggression.
Yeah, 28 harvester lead now for Lelouch. This is insane. He is behind on upgrades. Wait. He somehow killed he destroyed the evolution chamber that was getting armor. So he is not behind up on upgrades, in fact, at all. Holy crap, this guy's a genius. I didn't even notice this. He's behind. He's got 1-0 upgrades to his opponent's 2-0. But he's about to finish 2-0, so he's on an even footing until this +1 finally does finish.
Yeah.
So he's going to have this narrow little timing here. He's almost at 200 supply, so this timing attack is going to work out perfectly. It's like he knew this was coming and has completely gauged everything. This guy's a friggin' genius. Okay, it's going to happen. I mean, small groups of lings, he gets his opponent out of position. There's not going to be any follow-up to this. He just wants his opponent on the back foot. He has his opponent reacting with everything. Now his opponent's moving out. Both players are going to make this happen, and Lush is just going to let it happen, but he's going to let it happen on his own ground in the most open territory possible.
Yeah, now Lelouch has his own infestors, so he can play defensive, and he's ahead on 1 base, so why not?
HyuN is going to have a bigger concave, though, as he's pre-spread his roaches. He also has a lot more infestors with a lot more energy. And fungal growth going down for Lelouch, however, infested Terran have been thrown down by HyuN, and oh my god, there's a lot more roaches here for Lelouch, plus he has the defender's advantage. Roaches now rallying in by HyuN. This is down to the wire. Oh, both players are on the last string of roaches. All their infestors are out of energy. This looks like it's going to be a stalemate. HyuN 70 supply behind right now. He failed on his injects there. Or no, the injects are fine. He just doesn't have the income. This 20 harvester advantage right now, Lelouch is loving it. He has completely managed to remax his army, while his opponent struggling.
Yeah,
Lelouch
killing
now
off those drones in that aggression attack and then getting that fourth up really helped him.
Lelouch now getting 3-2 upgrades. 3-2 upgrades. Wow. This guy has not stopped attacking all game. The only time he's bothered to stop attacking is to defend. And yet he's ahead on upgrades as a direct result. Infested beach balls going down everywhere. I'm not sure who they belong to. Oh, they are HyuN. Now we've got Lelouch still with superior roach forces at the front of HyuN's base. Lelouch is just kind of laughing at his opponent right now. Now, HyuN is going to clean this up, but many more roaches are being produced by Lelouch. Again, basically what he's doing here is never giving his opponent to make more harvesters. So he's slowly getting more and more ahead simply by trading. It doesn't matter exactly how cost efficient he is. He is up a face after all.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus his opponent at this third base, well, everything his opponent puts at this third base dies. So it's not looking good for HyuN, as there's still a roach in his third that he's not even aware of. There's got to be a score caller. Now, there's another engagement right here at the apex of HyuN's bases. It's Roach Infester on Roach Infester. Oh, this is not looking good for Lelouch, but HyuN is holding. HyuN's holding, but Lelouch forced to retreat.
Yeah, now he's just wasting units for no reason, and had to transfer all his drones
still
because he might
can't
notice.
harvest. His opponent still can't harvest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know his reasoning. I just don't know if it's worth it. How many drones we got being made by HyuN? 5. 5 drones. Lelouch is continuing to make infestors. He's still up a base, so even though he's trading cost inefficiently to like the millionth degree, his opponent hasn't had time to make a fourth and probably won't feel safe doing so. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right move, but it is a move.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we have no melee upgrades, so it doesn't seem like either player is favoring Broodlords this game, or, well, Ultralisks could still be a possibility. Ground Carapace level 3 being researched now.
Yeah, I don't know why Lelouch isn't like getting more expansions. He should take like a 5th so he can.
Maybe he doesn't feel like he can defend it.
His main and natural is mined out, so it's basically like even base. Well, it's actually like 2 base to 2 base because HyuN has his third and still his natural because he killed all his drones, so it's basically still like a natural. I mean, a mining base for him.
You're right. At this point now, HyuN actually has more mineral income, where Lelouch is favoring gas. So you're absolutely right. A 4th base would be very nice, but Lelouch would still have to drone it, and I don't think he feels safe doing that. I don't know.
Well, he has about 59 harvesters, so if that's like oversaturation by like 20 drones on 2 base, so he'd have just enough to just mine minerals.
It is and
it's-
it isn't,
yeah.
because you've got 22 harvesters at this third, you've got 22 at this fourth, but you've also got guys mining gas at the main and natural, and that's going to be, 3, 6, 9? So, no, it works out.
24, 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 4, it's 20, that's 20, and then times that by 2, that's, because you need like 2 rows of 8 and 1 row of 4 at each base to make it saturated, so that's 20 drones, and he has 58 right now, so he's 18 drones oversaturated.
It takes 22 to saturate
I mean, like,
both
well, you
gas
actually need
and
24.
minerals.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 for gas, for both gas, and then it's 16 for 2 rows. So 22 plus 2, that's 44, plus 9 more, 53. He's 6 over. You still have to drone. All that aside, lots of complicated math right there. There are a lot of infestors all over this map right now. And those are Lelushes. Now we have HyuN, who's favoring a mostly roach composition. There's a lot of energy on those infestors where Lush also has most of his energy. So also got Hydralisks. Lelouch actually with a much better army than his opponent. Okay,
Yeah.
here is going to be an engagement. We've got Lelouch just throwing 2 infestors at his opponent, but that's going to weaken up a lot of roaches and allow him to just resupply. These Hydras are now scouted by HyuN. Lelouch playing an excellent game, getting these fungals off. He's trying to sacrifice these infestors, but he's not being too greedy with them. I like that.
Yeah, he's trying to do as much damage. I don't know why HyuN didn't get Burrow, so he could get HP back. So Lelouch's army is going to be full HP practically against HyuN's, like, 2 red bar army.
Fungal still hits burrow units, and it reveals them, so it's not really that good in ZVZ. Now, the Hydralisks are doing an insane amount of DPS. The roaches were defending that. So HyuN's roaches are completely null and void, and that's why we are watching him run with his tail between his legs all the way back to the apex of his 3 bases.
Yeah.
We have now
there's, like, no
Lelouch,
income
who is on
for each
5
player.
bases. Yes, you're right. There's not very much income for each player, but Lelouch has another base he can go to, as well as his mining 3rd and 4th. HyuN.
Yeah, I'm glad he finally took his 5th.
Well, he can defend it now. I think that really comes down to it. Every time he wins an engagement, he magically has another base. It's like he can see the future. But HyuN is 40 supply behind, not working on hive tech, no tech advantage at all, oversaturated in his 3rd by a large margin, and Lelouch is sitting at his front door with 20 more supply and a much better army. I don't know how he's going to continue to hold out here. Small groups of roaches are being sent in by Lelouch just to get a read on where HyuN's army is. HyuN taking this as a sign to move out, and that gives Lelouch a much better concave. Yet HyuN is flanking Lush's roaches. Lelouch continuing to reinforce. This is all going to come down to the reinforcements. The initial roaches here are getting cleaned up. Hydralisks are really close to getting targeted down. As long as there's nothing attacking those Hydralisks, Lelouch is good. But now the Hydralisks have nothing to defend them. They are getting killed off. Most of these infestors are going home with no energy, and HyuN sitting 70-some supply behind, but cleaning an attack up yet again.
Yeah, this is crazy.
GG, well played by HyuN. This is a game of attrition. Oh! Look at the main of HyuN. We're going to have to go back and watch this. I missed it. There was a friggin' Nidus dropped here. Let's drop this back 10 seconds. Okay? Still here. Let's drop this back to 3140 and pause it, because I want to see this. I'm going to look at what's going on here. Okay, so during all this Roach Hydra mania with the infestors and everything, this was a distraction. While he built a Nidus in his opponent's base and rallies in more Hydras than I can count. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infestors, he split his army up. And he knew that, his opponent, there was potentially infestors there. The key fungals could completely kill him off. He put his eggs in different baskets. HyuN realizes it about the time I did the first time and says, oh shit, GG, well played. I think that about sums it up. You got anything to add, bruh?
No, I think that Nidus work was actually pretty good. Made him GG, so that's what he needed.
I got you, man. Well, we will be taking a 2-minute break and then going right on into the next game, guys. So check back here in 2 minutes.